All right, let's jump right in with a question. And it's a pretty heavy one. What if the very thing we strive for, our greatest ambition, what if the pursuit of truth is actually the one thing that's guaranteed to destroy us? That's what we're diving into today. A universe where finding the truth isn't empowering, it's like a poison for the mind.
This quote right here, this is the perfect analogy for everything we're about to unpack. Think about it. The light from the sun, that's knowledge, right? It's the ultimate truth of the cosmos. But the candle melting, well, that's the cost. That's us. Our sanity, our very humanity, just dissolving under the sheer intensity of it all. It's a really tragic bargain, and it basically sets the stage for this entire story.
So yeah, a candle near the sun. At the heart of this whole tragedy is something really simple, something we can all relate to, right? It's that drive to be more, to overcome our limits, to evolve. And what's so wild is that this ambition, it's kind of the hero of our story, but it's also the villain. I mean, for as long as we've existed, we've wanted to get past our frail human limits. We want to cure every disease, expand our minds, finally figure out the secrets of the universe. But here's the scary part. What if the universe doesn't want to be figured out?
So, in this massive quest to become something more, humanity basically tried two different things, two paths. One was all about perfecting the body, and the other was about expanding the mind. But here's the kicker, and you're about to see why. Both of these paths, they led to the exact same disastrous place.
And this really breaks it down for us. On one side, you've got the path of the body. Their tool, a little something called holy blood, meant to get rid of any physical weakness. On the other side, the path of the mind. Their goal was to gain insight. You can think of it as having eyes on the inside, to see things that are way beyond what our normal senses can pick up. Two really grand, ambitious ideas, and both of them were just doomed from the start.
Okay, so this path of the blood, you can see why it was so tempting, right? I mean, imagine a miracle cure. The healing church is just handing it out and it fixes any disease you have. Plus, it gives you a little taste of superhuman strength. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But, of course, there's a catch, a really horrific one. This so-called holy blood, it was corrupting. Over time, it didn't heal you, it twisted you, turning regular people into these awful, mindless beasts. All right, so trying to perfect the body ends in, well, beasthood. So what about the other path? What happens when you try to evolve the mind? What's the real cost of seeing things you were never meant to see?
And that brings us to this key idea, insight. Now, we're not just talking about being smart or clever here. Insight in this world is a kind of forbidden knowledge. It's the ability to actually see the terrifying truths of the universe that are all around us, the stuff our brains are thankfully designed to filter out so we can just get through the day.
So how does this all go so wrong? Well, it's actually a pretty logical, step-by-step nightmare. First, you start gaining insight, and that little filter between you and reality starts to get thinner. Next, you begin to see the horrors that were there the whole time. We're talking vast, cosmic beings, the real, awful machinery of existence. And the final step? The human mind, which was just never, ever built for that kind of information. It just breaks. It shatters.
And that's the ultimate tragedy here, isn't it? It's completely inescapable. It didn't matter which path they chose. Go for the body, you become a beast. Go for the mind, you lose yourself to madness. The end result was exactly the same. In that desperate scramble to become more than human, they all ended up becoming so much less. Now, it would be one thing if this was just a one-time screw-up, one civilization that made a huge mistake. But if we pull back and look at the bigger picture, it is not an isolated event. It's a cycle, a nightmare that just keeps repeating, an ancient, predictable pattern of ambition leading straight to ruin. And to get why this keeps happening, you have to get the cosmic scale of things. In this universe, we're nothing. Humanity is a cosmic blip, an afterthought. There are these higher beings, these great ones, and they are so far beyond our comprehension that our ideas of right and wrong, good and evil, they're completely meaningless to them. For all we know, our entire reality is just one small layer in a giant, tangled web of their dreams and their nightmares.
And when you look at the history, it's laid out plain as day. Ages ago, you had the Pthumerians. They tried to tap into the knowledge of these great ones, and what happened? They were completely wiped out. Fast forward a few thousand years, you get to the city of Yharnam. They tried their luck with the holy blood and same story. The whole place collapsed into this hellscape of beasts and madness. The implication here is just chilling. This isn't just something that happened. It's a pattern, and it's doomed to happen again.
And if that wasn't unsettling enough, get this. Places like the hunter's dream, they're not just, in your head. They are real dimensions, actual alternate planes of existence that can literally trap your consciousness forever. The line between what's real and what's a nightmare just gets so blurry that eventually there's no difference at all.
Okay, let's start to tie all of this together now. Let's get to the final, really haunting truth about what knowledge actually is in this universe.
Because here's the most important part, I think. This quest for a higher truth, it didn't just drive the seekers mad. It completely erased their empathy, their compassion, everything that made them human. You had scholars doing just unspeakable things, horrific experiments on innocent people, and they justified it all by saying it was a necessary price to pay for knowledge. And this is the reason for everything. The core idea, the reason we don't see all the cosmic horrors swimming around us is because our brains literally cannot handle it. We live our lives behind a filter, only ever hearing the faintest echoes of what's really out there. To see it all, to truly know, is to be completely destroyed by it. The candle can never, ever touch the sun.
So all of this leaves us with one last, really uncomfortable question, doesn't it? If knowing the whole truth, the real truth of our existence, will always inevitably lead to madness or becoming a monster, then is it just better not to know? In a universe like the one we've just looked at, maybe ignorance isn't just bliss. Maybe it's the only real way to be saved.